all-pro linebacker of the Philadelphia Eagles, who had a season last year, a season for the ages, and certainly we're hoping just to keep it rolling. He got the new contract, and what a splash debut last year, his first year in Philadelphia, Mr. Zack Baun. Zach, good morning. Welcome to WIP. How are you, bud?
I'm great. Good morning. Thanks for having me. This is awesome. I love coming in this trailer and talking with you guys.
Well, I appreciate that, man.
It's awesome.
It's
really
our
kind.
pleasure. Let me tell you, man, it was such a pleasure to watch you play last year. I mean, it had to exceed your wildest expectations, right? And I don't mean, we'll get to the team, but like John played with Rich Gannon, who I thought had one of the stranger careers I've ever seen. John, he was about 10 years in and then became an all-pro and maintained that for 5 or 6 years, that
Yeah,
level.
he was the MVP of the league.
Yeah. I mean,
at like 38 years old.
and I thought that was about as strange. I mean, Zach, for you to go from, you know, a lot of backup, different positions, special teams guy, to star linebacker, that had to wildly exceed your expectations, right?
Yeah, a lot of times when I sit back and reflect, I look at myself from outside, kind of outside my body and what I've done. Even during games, I run out of the tunnel every game, and I'm like, holy crap, I can't believe this is my life.
Wow.
It's super special, and I never take it for granted. But I think it's a good story just of perseverance, keep working, and keep grinding even when you're not seeing those results. And eventually when you get the opportunity, you take advantage.
It's an amazing. I just want to say it's an amazing story, and we all were in all of what you accomplished. Thrilled for all of us as Philadelphia sports fans. Thrilled for the organization. But I just want you to know we've seen a lot as Philadelphia sports fans. I don't think we had ever seen anything like it. And I just, Zach, hats off to you for what you did. And as you're pointing out, to grind, because you have to put yourself in a position to keep being available to make that turn in your career. That was really admirable, man. Really,
it's
really
not just
was.
us as Philadelphia fans, it's the NFL. You don't see a guy do what you did, you know, switch positions. It just doesn't happen. Everything is so cut and dry and set in place and set in stone in many cases, and people say it can't be any other way but this, and then something different happens and someone is better than that, and that's Zack Baun, and boom. I think it's a really interesting conundrum, though, this year, Zach. When you have that much success like last year, all-pro out of nowhere, is there this strange drive to do everything exactly the same as you did it last year, where you don't want to leave any stone unturned, doing it just like that because it worked so well before?
I think it's more of trying to be a better overall player. Just like the Super Bowl, you hear a lot of guys and a lot of coaches say that was last year, leave it in the past, and everyone starts at square one this year. So I've really chopped my game down to the basics and the fundamentals of my game, just trying to improve every year, really.
Wow. Is that possible? Well, how do you make your game better when you're the best in the NFL? Basically, they told you last year as an all-pro that you're the best in the NFL at what you do. How are you going to be better at doing that this year?
Yeah, it's tough because that was my first year playing inside backer, like a whole season. In my mind, I'm just trying to be better and better and better, and I'm not the best, and I keep reminding myself that I'm not the best because there's some...
But they told you that you're the best.
Yeah, but that's them, that's you guys, and it's in my mind, I'm definitely not the best, and I'm far from it.
So the
I
4
gotta keep
years as a
improving.
special teams and part-time starter thing, that's still in your mind psyche-wise, right? That you were that guy longer than you were this guy.
Yeah, and I keep having this conversation in my mind recently on if you can teach instincts. I think it's a fallacy that you can't teach instincts. I think I'm a product of teaching instincts and learning instincts in the game.
Wow. That's so interesting because you do always hear that. Guys, you either have it or you don't. You got the instincts or you don't. When you switch positions, as disparate as those positions are, you're either an edge rusher where it's go get the quarterback, or you're an off-ball inside linebacker where you're telling him and him and him and him what to do, and you have to fit into not just the run fits but the zone drops and everything else.
Yeah.
It is as different as it gets.
Yeah.
You had to reprogram every instinct.
Was Fangio big in teaching you
But that's
those
why it
instincts?
doesn't
like
work.
learning that stuff?
Yeah, but I think two things. The player has to have it in him. Like you kind of have to have that dog in you, and at linebacker especially. And then two, the coaches have to believe in you to give you those reps. to let you develop those instincts. And here it just all made sense. I got the reps. I had the opportunity to start in a competition, and I just took advantage. I went all in.
Isn't there a more willingness to actually give extra oomph when you hit people? When you're a special teams guy, you're more willing to sacrifice, I think, than a star player is. Like, you learned it the hard way, and every time a hit happens, both guys are going to hurt a little bit. You just want to hurt him a little bit more. Like, worst. You've been there and you've done that. You've done it all.
Yeah.
You've done the worst. Like, basically, like you mopped the bathroom floor every day on your way up, and now doing that stuff, it doesn't feel as difficult. Like, you still know that you can do that, but man, you've got a balance of skills that no one has seen in this league for the longest time. Like, how do you balance that? Like, it is important to remember that and have confidence in yourself, but it doesn't seem like this is registering to you that the All-Pro, that you are the best at something that is so incredibly difficult and people celebrate.
Yeah, you can see when you're talking about the All-Pro stuff, I kind of look away, and I don't want to take the praise, but I thank you for it.
You got it, man.
Playing special teams, you have to have that dog in you, because like you said, every hit is a big hit, especially with the old kickoff rules when you were just running down 60 yards and not stopping and hitting somebody. But at linebackers, it's the same thing. You got to be able to put your face in the fan, and you have to enjoy it. You have to be crazy enough to enjoy it.
Zack Baun with us here on WIP as the Eagles have their third day of training camp today, their second practice. Zack, in the off season, we were nervous they may not keep you. Not that they wouldn't want to, but it just might not financially work out. Were you nervous? February, were you nervous that you might not be back?
Yeah, I was nervous. Free agency is a scary thing to head into, and I was really hoping we could get something done before then.
Did it feel good to be, I'll say, the prioritized player? Like, Milton Williams got more money. He got great money. You got great money. Josh Sweat got great money. It seemed to us that they prioritized you in the midst of a bunch of great players. Did you feel that sense of they chose me?
Yeah, it's like I said before, going into last year's free agency, the previous years, it's good to feel wanted by a team, and it's good to feel appreciated. And as a leadership council on this team, we were having a chat with Peyton Manning a couple weeks ago in the spring, and he said a paycheck or a signing bonus or a big contract isn't a reward for what you did. It's an advance for what you're about to do. Yeah. So keeping that mentality and taking it in stride.
So I know it's very early within training camp, but you had the all-season program. What would you say is the vibe of this team? How much is it similar to this time last year? How much is it different to this time last year?
Yeah, as much as you want things to be the same, they're just not. Different players, different coaches, and we're really building that foundation now on who we are, what type of chemistry we have, what type of plays we're going to run, all stuff like that.
What is it when you're the leader of a group of young guys like this, and you got some flux right now, with the injuries, you don't know when certain guys are going to come back. You're sort of like the standard, the guy who everyone's looking to. How do you lead a group of young guys that you're just getting to know right now? I mean, you had one OTA prior to training camp.
Yeah, in my mind, everyone's a friend until everyone's got my respect until you show me otherwise. So I'm treating everyone with respect, and obviously I'm not the rah-rah, the N'Kobe Deans, the Brandon Grahams. That's just not me, and I've keep having this conversation on myself as to what type of leader I want to be and who I am versus who I am. I'm a lead by example guy. But definitely willing to use my voice.
Do you feel, as your stature has gone up, that the coaches will want you to use that voice more?
Yeah,
you are the
possibly.
established guy at linebacker. Like, you are. I know that might be 12 months ago something you didn't envision, but you are. Do you sense that they lean on you a little more there?
I don't really sense it, but I want to myself, honestly.
What prevents you from losing sight of what's important? What keeps you so unbelievably locked in?
What keeps the main thing
Because
the main thing?
it's gonna, like, everyone is now. It's very different. Being a special teams guy, being an all-pro guy, like, it is now the dream of dreams. You have achieved at the highest level, and everyone wants to reward you and remind you how amazing you are. So, how do you keep your head on straight?
Yeah,
Because clearly you do.
yeah. My wife Allie is big into the astrology signs.
Ah.
I'm born in late December, and I was born at so and so time. It makes me a Capricorn, and I guess Capricorns do things not for the attention of others, but just internally. So I'm just wired that way. Like, I just want to be good for myself.
Wow.
I just want to be better myself because I know I can be. Like when I was playing special teams, I knew that physically I had all the tools. I knew was athletic enough and I could do what the big time guys were doing, but it was just mentally, and it was just a grind every day to get better.
Wow.
Well, you sure did it.
Well, Zach, we congratulate you on a remarkable year last year, both individually and as a squad. From afar, because we didn't know you on a personal level, but we admired what we sensed you were bringing to the table behind the scenes. We could hear that and see that, we think. And getting to know you more today, man, it's done nothing but confirm what I thought. And I wish you the best of luck this year, man, for you personally, individually, for the squad. Town's very excited, and we hope it's a special year for you. Thank you, Zach.
Yeah, thank you so much.
You got it, man. There he is, all-pro linebacker.
That was it.
Zach Baun.
I could keep talking to you guys.
You want to hang for the whole hour? You want to hang because we got a
I gotta
commercial.
cook it
They kind
ready.
of want you to go out there and